guys, welcome to the 7th installment of the Kenner Star Wars Story series. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of a special story. It's going to be certain figures that I lost when I was a kid, but I've purchased them back once again. The reason why I actually made this video was because I actually got the last figure that I had lost when I was a kid. And it's also the last figure that I needed to complete my original Kenner Star Wars series figure line. That would be all figures released from 1978 through 1979. So here I actually have set up all of my original 78 through 79 figures. And you'll notice I actually technically am missing one variation, and that's the red snaggletooth, the common one. But since I have two blue snags, I figure I don't really need a red snag. For now, at least until I get one. The rest of the creature cantina here. X-Wing pilot Luke. And Boba Fett, who is extremely hard to stand up, has fallen over. It's because of the backpack. It's so back heavy. This is actually another special figure in the line here. The Dianoga. You could only get this figure, originally, through the Kenner Death Star. But nowadays, there are people who sell them separately, just like all parts for a Kenner Death Star that's been scrapped. And then obviously, as you've seen before, I have my original 12. Obi-Wan's lightsaber is missing. That's yet another thing that I lost as a kid. But I have not gotten a new lightsaber since then, because I actually really don't want to get a fake lightsaber. So I've decided to just hold off on that one right there. And we got Leia and the Stormtrooper. So the first figure that I lost here was actually my original Kenner Stormtrooper. Now this figure was actually one that I lost before I can remember, but my dad has recounted the story. Apparently we were in the backyard playing with the Star Wars figures, and all of a sudden I had chucked the Stormtrooper over the fence. My dad went to look for it, and he could never find it. I must have done it because I saw the Stormtroopers in the movie, and I knew that they were bad. So I threw them over the fence. The next figure that I lost when I was a kid and bought again is Boba Fett. Now, remember from the last Kenner Star Wars story, I repaired Boba Fett's blaster. I love this Boba Fett figure because he's got like different other weapons on his hands, so he doesn't even actually have to have a blaster for you to use him in play. And I always remember when I was younger, because this rocket piece is a separate piece from the backpack, I always remember I tried to take it out, intuitively thinking it was a rocket-firing Boba Fett. And the last figure that I had lost and bought again is this power droid. Now, this is actually very important to note. This is not a gonk droid. The gonk droids are the ones that you see in LEGO Star Wars. You also see the gonk droid in the Sandcrawler. That's the first time you see it, and I believe the only time you see it in the original trilogy. But the power droid is actually a droid that walks by while Beru is talking to Luke in one of the first scenes that you see Luke in. And it just walks by while she's talking to him, in the background. Pretty cool. But it's blue like this, and it's got this little chimney-looking thing. I love this figure. Look, it's got this little chimney thing. It's got a nice decal on the front with the eye and some other little lights and buttons. But the best part is that it's got clicking legs. Look at that. Super cool. And how this mechanism works, actually, is very interesting. You've got this little tab of plastic right under there, right? It's hooked on to the body. And that tab goes over these little ratchets. So it's just like a ratchet wrench. It's a ratcheting system. And when the plastic moves over the ratchet, it locks it in position. Super awesome. Now, as you can see, this one has some initials on the bottom, which is too bad, really is. I'm kind of ticked that a kid freaking put his initials on the toy, which is really unfortunate because that's like, what they do in Toy Story. But it's like, wait, come on. Like, you kind of ruined it a little bit. Don't do that. It's vintage Star Wars, but alas, they didn't know that at the time. But once again, this is actually the last figure that I needed to complete my original 1978 through 79 Kenner Star Wars collection. So this is a special little guy. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe for more Star Wars reviews. And if you happen to have lost any figures when you were a kid, leave that in the comments below.